I want to move on to your agriculture area. We're expecting to hear from the Prime Minister inside the next hour. Do you believe that the free trade agreement deal with the UK has actually been done? That's what he's going to announce?
Well, I'm hoping there was in principle agreement last night, but there's been a lot of work done today around the detail and making sure that the devil in the detail is agreed to by both sides. And I think this would be a momentous occasion, particularly for the UK, who are looking for a free trade agreement. For Australia, it's another feather in our cap. It's free trade agreement number 15. And it gives our agricultural sector the opportunity to diversify markets. At the moment, we only export around $730 million to the UK, and in fact, they export into Australia around $850 million. So we've got a trading deficit. It's never really worried us, but if the UK want to come back after 50 years, then we have to make sure that it is as level playing field as we possibly can achieve, that Australian farmers shouldn't be disadvantaged, and whether we get that right. And the Prime Minister was clear from the start that he'd only sign one if Australian agriculture was to benefit. And I think some of the work that's been done, we should see that, and without any disadvantage. Australian farmers have been playing on a level playing field, one in which most other countries haven't played on for some time. But we've still been able to grow our book, and tomorrow we'll be announcing it'll get to $66.3 billion this year, up $6 billion, despite drought, fire, flood and cyclone.
Yeah, the potential upside here in trade is enormous given where we used to be pre-European Union. I'm not suggesting it'll go back to that, but there's a lot of potential to increase our trade. Just on that, the pressure from the POMs is that they want working holiday visas here, people who want to extend their stay in Australia not to be forced to the regions. At the moment, if they want to extend, they have to go and work in regional Australia. That works well for us, works well for people in country areas. Have you given any ground on that?
Well, that is what they're asking for reciprocation of the rights that Australians have when they go to the UK. We don't allow that presently. We ask them to do 88 days in agriculture or aged care. So from a perspective of the National Party, if that is to be traded away, there has to be a replacement of that with a mechanism that would not just replace the quantity that would be lost, but actually continues to build to look to make sure that we continue to increase supply of our labour, seasonal labour here in Australia, because COVID-19 has really knocked around our working holiday makers, and we're slowly but surely replacing them with the Pacific Labour Scheme and seasonal worker program. But we need to make sure that if we are to give ground on that there is a mechanism to compensate and to actually build on. And the National Party has been very clear to our coalition partners that has to be achieved for us to continue to work through this. And I think we've all worked in good faith, not only through the free trade agreement, but external to that, around how we're going to achieve that. The Prime Minister's been clear about making sure that he sees that as a big constraint on agriculture that he also wants to address.
Well, let's hope we can all see people coming out here on working holiday visas again pretty soon. Thanks for joining us, Minister. I appreciate it.
Thanks, mate.